Sex, drugs, and violence, every man's dream. Sex, drugs, and violence turn him into a fiend. Sex, drugs, and violence ain't nothing but a scheme. Sex, drugs, and violence, every man's dream. At least you think so. With my flow that I show how much I like women, drugs, and unnecessary violence. But no, I'll kill him high on coke, sweep him under the rug. And now the only thing that scares me is sirens. Every man's dream, that's just a thing. That's me and my past, but not something I wanted to last, so I threw it out of my life. But now I have to throw knives at people who chase me. But guess what? Trigger race, now be gone, done, dead, without a head. Throat filled with molten lead. Your gut hung your fella you came with. And the funny thing is, I'm supposed to walk with a cane. Ain't it neat how you get served of what I deserved from a man who can't stand right? But don't think I'm happy, cause it gets on my nerves. I don't want that, so go back. Sex, drugs, and violence, every man's dream. Sex, drugs, and violence turn him into a fiend. Sex, drugs, and violence ain't nothing but a scheme. Sex, drugs, and violence, every man's dream. At least you think so. Would you be surprised if I told you that I'm a borderline psychopath? Or would you just be like, I should have realized that his mind is on the wrong path and his eyes ain't nothing like mine? Behind him is nothing but wrath, but trust me, you'll realize the real lies with time, you fucking twat. It'll take many tries, but out of a lime, orange and all that, you'll end up making fries. Fried eyes with fine wine and a pat in the back as you squeeze him in his brain fries. As you hear him whine and you just grab a pack of cigars that make a fat man to a man who flies. Weed worth a dime, but that's what we lack while touching skies. And I feel it didn't yet cross the line, but this track ain't over. Cause I'ma run you over in a dirty Range Rover, sober like a robber who raped the eyewitness. I have to take care of business, take care of the hitless before Christmas. Throw a human heart in the stocking of the person I'm stalking. While you end up in worse shape than Stephen Hawking just for talking. Oh look, a dead man walking, make you swallow a chalk can, run you over with a van as a madman would and should to feel good. Not from the hood, but still it's ill, no, sick, disgusting that sex, drugs, and violence became the reality when it should have stayed a fantasy like the old man in the sea. Trust me, I'm not writing this with glee. I'm right bent down on one knee to be honorable and to look vulnerable, so the backstabbers attack so I can kill him back. And I still think that's fucked up that sex, drugs, and violence, every man's dream. Sex, drugs, and violence turn him into a fiend. Sex, drugs, and violence ain't nothing but a scheme. Sex, drugs, and violence, every man's dream. At least you think so.